Hello everyone, this is Sajeev Nair. The best way to project the future is to backtrack or trace back the past. If you look at the way we progress, we were in agricultural age at one point of time, and then we moved on to industrial age and then to information age. In agricultural age, we were all farmers. That means our ancestors they were all farmers. They used to cultivate different types of crops, and some of the crops were very highly valuable, and some crops were not carrying those kind of value, or rather based on the level of production intensity, or rather the hard work they have to put in to create that crop, the values varied. In fact, the people who created high value crops, they wanted to create a differentiation from those people who created low value crops. And how do you create a differentiation? Only by way of changing your lifestyle. Think about that time when you never had any kind of cars, or you never had any kind of different types of clothing. People had different needs at that point of time. That increasing needs, human needs, really made a new age to come up. That is called industrial age. Some of these farmers moved on to become employees or laborers or production experts, technicians, and they started manufacturing things. That is how a new age was born. That is called industrial age. That's why we generally say that farmers were the product of agricultural age and employees or laborers were the product of industrial age. So in the industrial age, huge industries came up, huge manufacturing bases. Companies were focused on building massive capital, and all the education system which is born out of this industrial age, they always talk about what are required to start a business: land, labor, capital. It's all focused on land, labor and capital. And even now, the education system still follows the industrial age concepts. Even now, the students which go for BCom or MCom, they still study this thing, land, labor, capital, which is an obsolete concept right now. In 2000s, we moved from industrial age to information age. Information age, it was completely a transformation for the world, where what happened was, while employees or laborers were the products of industrial age, entrepreneurship became the product of information age. In the last 20 years, you can imagine the level of entrepreneurship which has really come up in this world over, not just in this country, world over, the kind of level of entrepreneurship which has come up, which has happened because we moved from industrial age to information age. That point of time, in the early 2000s, the economists and the futurists used to predict that information age will last till 2050. But what is happening right now? We are overloaded with information. Information age, the key factor is information, and we are overloaded with information. Everywhere it's information. You have so many media, satellite channels, you have so many social media available. You can access any information, any point of time, from anywhere. Whatever information I am sharing with you, I can tell you that you can also access this information by doing the right kind of intelligent search. So that means having an information is not enough. Information is no more power, because when the information age started, we all thought information is power. But right now, information is no more power. Information with the right kind of execution plan is power. The right information with the right kind of execution plan is power. So the key factor is you should understand what is the right information. If you wanted to know what is the right information, you should first decide what do you want in your life. Because based on that, the kind of information you need to gather, because you have got plenty of information all around the world. That's why right now economists and the futurists are saying that the information age is coming to an end. By 2020, information age will come to a close, and a new age is going to be born. And this age is called imagination age or cognitive age, and I reframe that word as a brain age. Cognitive age or imagination age is where a lot of things which we haven't even imagined in our life is going to happen. Now, how this transition is going to happen, what are going to be the changes, in which way we can adapt to these changes. In industrial age, the one who has got the control was having the power. But in the information age, the one who had the knowledge or the information, they had the power. Now, in this coming imagination age, where is the power? Who is going to have the power? The one who has got the idea has got the power. It is no more going to be just information. It's a new idea. Who is going to come out with the new innovative idea? They are going to carry the power. Industrial age wanted systematic people who could do things in a systematic way. The information age demanded people who were visionaries, who could think beyond, the real visionaries. But the coming age, that is called the cognitive age, the imagination age, is searching for people who are creators, who can actually come out with new ideas from nothing. They can actually create new things. They are all, this age is going to be for creators. In the industrial age, everything was focused on task focused. You were all looking at milestones and Gantt charts and all those kinds of things. These were the kind of things which we were focusing on. Now in the information age, which moved into people focused, and every strategy was based on people. And if you look at most of these IT companies, they are all, the major asset is nothing but human resources. Now, in the coming age, what is going to be the focus? In the imagination age, it's going to be brain focused. It's very interesting. Why it is so much important that you should have the brain focus on this? Because one of the things which has happened, or the latest thing which has happened in the information age, is the artificial intelligence. Of late, we are talking about artificial intelligence and robotics in a big way. And artificial intelligence has come to that level where it has even become more powerful than human intelligence, because using human intelligence, we created programs, and those programs created more other programs, and they created new programs. Now, the fourth generation artificial intelligence, it is being created not by human intelligence, being created by already existing programs. That means this generation, that means the fourth or fifth generation artificial intelligence, is very, very powerful and very intelligent. That's why the father of modern physics, Dr. Stephen Hawking, made the statement, as the artificial intelligence is gaining power, the human race will find it difficult to survive. That means if we wanted to survive in this world, we have to beat artificial intelligence, something which we created. Now we need to beat it. We can beat it only by utilizing the power of the brain. The good news is that till now science says that we haven't started using even 10% of the capacity of the brain. Now, only by optimizing it, maximizing it, understanding the actual operation of the brain, then only we can optimize and maximize the brain. This is going to be a key factor in this coming age. So to face the future, the most important thing is that you need to be a master of the ideas. You need to create new ideas. Don't follow or don't copy somebody else's concepts. That days are gone. That is why right now in business many people are struggling because of commoditization. They came out with some idea, and the next day somebody else came out with the same idea, and somebody else copied it, and somebody else copied it, and after that everybody is fighting for the kind of margins, and nobody is making profits, and businesses are going down the drain. Now, if you wanted to survive in this coming age, the imagination age or the cognitive age, you need to come out with your own ideas. Brilliant, beautiful ideas. Even if it is small, it should be your own ideas. So it should be idea focused, number one. Number two, understand the power of the brain and start capitalizing, utilizing, or exploring the power of the brain. Ignite that infinite potential which is lying within your brain. For that, the first thing is that you need to protect your brain. What is the kind of stuff which is going into the brain? Brain is always a processing unit. Whatever stuff which you put into the brain will process, and which will create something called thoughts. And in the brain age, in the cognitive age, thoughts are going to be the most valuable thing in the universe. So you also can create very highly valuable multi-billion-dollar thoughts, provided you put the right kind of raw materials into your brain. So don't allow to get all the junk information, because there are so much of information out there in the world. You open TV channels, you get onto any social media, you get so much of information. Be very choosy, be very selective, have an objective in life. Where do you want to reach and when do you want to reach there? That's the most important thing. And allow only those information into your brain which can help you to reach that destination. If you don't have an objective, if you don't have a destination, you will be failed in this coming age for sure. Because 60 to 70% of all the jobs will be lost. You cannot depend on jobs anymore, because artificial intelligence and robotics are going to replace the mundane routine jobs. They don't require people for that, human being for that. So you need to have the right kind of ideas and thoughts coming out of your brain. For that, you need to protect your brain, and input should be the right kind of inputs. You should not allow all the junk information to get into your brain, number one. Number two is that you should learn how to operate your brain in the best possible way. You should really create an operating manual for your brain, because your brain has got so much of power, so much of potential. And even if you are a failure till now in your life, this imagination age where you can actually become a multi-billionaire by just using the power of your brain. Next week, I will be with you with a new topic and the future trends. See you next time.